Ouais, choque-les, choque-les, choque-les. Ouais, voilà ce qu'ils me disent. Je les entends parler et ils m'étrisent. J'arrête que pour rappeler la mise. Petit pas sur la piste. Et le succès, je l'ai pisté. Disque la place du premier. Je fais monter la côté. Sur moi, tu mises gros. Tu connais déjà l'équipe. Ça criera au complot. Je prends le double, on est quitté. Je fais la magie des chiffres. La somme, je la triple. La concurrence, la dribble. Et le stade est en délire. Ça fait choquer. J'arrive pour tous les choquer. Toute la foule, elle est choquée. J'espère que t'es accroché, accroché. Gauche, droite, esquive le rageux. Coach m'a rajouté du temps de jeu. Dans l'action, ouais, je me sens en feu. Je suis on fire, fire. Je fais la différence au compteur. Money time, ça shoot sur le buzzer. Switch, je suis on fire, fire. Choqué, j'arrive pour tous les choquer. Toute la foule, elle est choquée. J'espère que t'es accroché, accroché. Choqué, j'arrive pour tous les choquer. Toute la foule, elle est choquée. J'espère que t'es accroché, accroché.
Welcome to the XXL Nutrition HQ. XXL Nutrition is the most popular online supplement brand in Europe. Our proteins, pre-workouts, dietary supplements, and of course our sportswear is developed with the greatest possible care. We are known for providing the highest quality products and the best service. Daily, we are working with a motivated team on new developments, promotions, and quality control to serve our customers in the best possible way. XXL Nutrition is an established name in the B2B and B2C market. Therefore, we can also be found in many gyms, supplement stores, and supermarkets. Offering the highest possible quality is the foundation of our brand. Only the best ingredients and materials are used for our products. Everyone at our company has passion for health and fitness. That's why we want to provide our customers, and of course ourselves, with the best products. We prepare all orders in our own warehouse, which has the capacity to process more than 10,000 orders daily. Thank you for supporting XXL Nutrition. We are XXL, the most popular brand in sports nutrition.
And welcome everybody to that small, but really small playday of the Voltage League, just with one match. And we're gonna see today the matchup between Into the Breach Academy and Dire Volley. But yeah, we are already in our, I don't know, maybe in our 11th playday. We had a lot of action. We all know the teams already now who are playing in this league, and I would say we are jumping right into the match we are going to see today. Starting off again with, I would say, the with the map bans. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Starting off with the map bans, of course, we are having the first bans on the side of Into the Breach Academy with Layer, Chalet, Consulate, and Clubhouse, and Diavoli bans out Skyscraper, Border, Nighthaven, and Bank. That means it leaves us with Cafe Dostoevsky, of course, defending side first on the side of Into the Breach Academy. If we are looking a little bit more back in the past, when we are looking into Diavoli, they already played Cafe Dostoevsky once, and actually they played it again against Into the Breach Academy in playday number 4. So yeah, they already have experience with each other. Into the Breach Academy previously winning the matchup on Cafe Dostoevsky against Diavoli with 7-3. But now, just looking into the breach, they are gonna play with Raiden, Unicorn, Rorik, Strike, Zodiac, Skipper, Cyan, Hawa, and Erkarian. Of course, all of them you should have already known. But just for some for the viewers new in the stream, I would have a special eye for players like Zodiac and of course also on Erkari. All right, now looking into the lineup of Dire Voli, the Russian Belarusian lineup here with LZ Devil, Hype, Noit, Kashi, Juice, Freyr, and Cypher. Of course, another pretty well-known lineup here on the side of Dire Voli. And yeah, that's gonna be it for them today. We're not gonna make a big introduction because we do wanna make it pretty fast. So yeah, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be Radiant, Zodiac, Erkari, Hawa, and Rorik against Devil, Alzet, Hypex, Cypher, and Casifo. I actually have no idea how to pronounce that name, but yeah, that's gonna be Cassie Porsche. Thank you from the production. I hope I can of course, yeah, keep that in my head. It's Cassie Porsche, the last player here from Dire Voli. All right, from the staff prediction, it's actually pretty interesting. We're gonna have Rowan votes nobody. Bullet also votes nobody. Ixion and Fraxi both go for Into the Breach Academy. And because I'm a little Diavoli simp, I think the muscular sheep will win the box fight. Yes, of course, Into the Breach Academy, they are the strong dog. They are the team who will be the favorite of today because they are at second spot of the leaderboard. They are here with 24 4 points, chasing the first place on the side of Wild Academy with 25 points. And of course, on the other hand, you have Diavoli back on 6th place with 13 points. But that's that for now. We are heading now into Cafe Dostoevsky, of course, for our first and only matchup of today. Diavoli against Into the Breach Academy. Starting off with our first ban, we're going to see a Monty ban. Of course, Monty ban, really interesting. After the last update, the Shield players, they did got a little bit too strong. That's also why they just gonna want to ban out this Monty. That means, of course, Blitz is still in the game, but of course, not only Blitz is able to flash, also Ying, and Ying, of course, also known as a absolute utility stronghouse with her candelas, her smokes, and of course an absolute huge LMG. She will be not. She is a really strong operator, but not been seen today. Our first ban in the defense is going to be a vision gathering or information gathering operator on the side of Valkyrie. You know, those black eyes and those small cheeky cameras where you can place them at the top or wherever you want them. They will not be played today, and as well not Azami with those extra barrier, your extra cover, of course. She also one of those operators who will get banned out. Overall, it's a pretty interesting. You do have a few bans, or you do have bans where you don't see a lot, like a Ying or a Valkyrie, but I think they also make sense. So not really much to say against them. We're just gonna head on into our first round of today. It's gonna be Into the Breach in the defense, Diavoli in the attack, and we're gonna see Bar Cocktail as our first objective. All right, first objective, top floor. We're gonna see from the lineup a Mirror. I mean, playing with Mirror in Freezer is pretty tricky because you can't really play them active there. Because if you want to play active at those windows, you could be fragged out from Skylight. On the other hand, you're gonna have also a Castle. Castle, of course, could deny I would say, the visibility into the room or the line of sight into the room, what eventually could be destroyed by an Ash or by any destructible operators. But still, if you don't have those open up doorways, you can't cover many popular plant sites and many popular push sites like Shaiko, like the default plant spot. Also, of course, if you would just want to drop down, you can't do anything against it on a Mirror, and you just have to hold it from bar itself. That's going to be it from the defense build up. Overall from the operator, also not really much special in the defense, not like in the attack, because in the attack, yes, you do have those defaults like an Ash, like a Hibana, like a Sledge. By the way, Hibana, they are going to use a little bit more destructible, a smaller destruction in the Heart Breach area on the Hibana, so they're not going to go for an ace, they're not going to go for a Fermat, but this, of course, could be compensated by any Heartbeat gadgets. But you're also going to see a Flores. A Flores, of course, with the Rutero drones, you're able to destroy many gadgets. You are able to destroy many line of sights. Also, like those castle barricades and what I already talked a little bit earlier. And of course, also, we are going to see a Grim. And Grim especially useful here if you want to play against Pixel, where you're going to see the dog right now hiding in, but yeah, not really hiding, just waiting for any action, because his position is well known now. He has to watch out from the white window, and of course anything coming from this side of the white stairs. One minute and 20 to go. Yeah, not really much happened yet. Both teams just have to drown them out, really have to get a little bit more information. Now, finally, we got the first opening frag. It's going to be Raiden taking out Devil. That means no more Sledge, no more hand grenades in this game. Of course, also with the LFP, a pretty strong weapon with, and a steady weapon if you want to play hold a longer angle. That's not going to be available anymore. Also, Into the Breach, of course, with that a strong opening, getting the first kill and not leaving any more room for the attackers. But there's already somebody in the actual bomb site here at default plant spot. Also, they want to push now through piano, make a little bit more pressure, push it a little bit more to the side, that they could maybe go for a first diffuser planted. Now, first peek here also on Cigar. It's going to be Raiden with a kill, Erkari with a kill, Rorik with a kill. And yeah, just a absolute fast round here on the side of Into the Breach Academy, starting off strong and getting the first round on their side. And just for all of you, of course, who are watching and wondering why is there just one voice? Yeah, it's going to be a solo cast just for that one match, because the co-caster couldn't join me today. That's an absolute shame, but of course, we will understand it in that case. Yeah. We actually don't know what really happened, but it's just gonna be me for that one match. First round done. Into the Breach Academy. They did have a strong start, of course, not leaving any space for Diavoli to enter. Yes, they did have one player inside, but he couldn't really do much. He was a little bit trapped there. He didn't know if he can move forward or not, because yes, there was no line of sight for him into freezer, but somebody could just wait for him and hold the angle at a bar itself. So he was a little bit stuck there. And on the other hand, at piano, they didn't even really let them pass through anywhere. So Into the Breach really controlling round number one. Now round number two will go to another objective. We are going to see Kitchen for our second side. And of course, Kitchen is one of those sites where you could eventually hold just bottom floor, but it's really important that you have are having some roaming presence in the top floor, because one of the main goals of the attackers is go for the vertical play. And if you are going for the vertical play with the whole with the whole 3 minutes on the board, you could make the life pretty unlivable at site itself. So you really could mix up and mash up those defense lines and eventually go for that pretty simple push. So you really want to have somebody at a top floor, waste a little bit of time, maybe get even an opening frag or just a little bit of damage through. And yeah, there it is actually. There is a roamer, but he won't do much. It's going to be Cassie with the opening frag, and that means second opening, or the opening frag in second round now for the first time in the hand of Diavoli. That's a great start now for the Russian guys. All right. round number 2. We are heading now into our second third of the round, and it looks like that Diavoli is finally able to go for the first input at vertical play using Ram. Of course, Ram, one of those newer operators who is able to do a lot of destruction, open up a lot of ground, and make it again really uncomfortable for those players at kitchen itself. So they have to rotate away. Yes, they could have somebody still playing at half wall, where there are actually 2 players with Zodiac and Erkari, but the other 2 players at kitchen itself, they have to leave the area, because if they don't, they will be fragged out vertically, and you don't want to have that. So they're gonna push out into the hallway, into bakery, and maybe go later in the round for a possible retake. And now on the other hand, Smoke really has to watch it out, but Smoke takes out the Blitz for the first kill, but it's going to be Hypix with a double kill, taking out Erkari and Zodiac, leaving us with 2 more players in the defense, and that's going to be the Echo and the Legion. And I think those are those 2 players who actually had to leave the objective. Now the first player is back in again on the hand of the Echo. But of course, he also has to look out, because somebody is making pressure from the back at bakery door. And of course, also at the other hand, at kitchen itself. Now Raiden taking out the player at bakery door, Cypher out of the game. They go for the retake, but they have not really the right idea where they is. But it looks like that Into the Breach Academy just lets them pass. Diavoli just lets them pass. It's just going to be 1 more player. And he can't do much, because the time is closing in, and it's going to be Into the Breach Academy actually saving round number 2 and getting themselves already the second point on their scoreboard. Wow, what a round. Just for recapping, of course, for you guys, first beginning of the round really started off strong for Diavoli, getting the early on opening frag at top floor. And they sweep the second and third floor pretty quickly. We're able to go for the vertical play. Even we're able to, scoop out those 2 players who were at kitchen at the cooking area itself. So they had to leave the objective. Afterwards, Hypix was able to get a double kill for the 2-5 situation, or 2-4. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody from Into the Breach Academy eventually actually got a kill. But then just in the end, they let the Echo be able to just push through, get the diffuser out, and they were stuck in this 2-2 situation, really giving the round into the hands of Into the Breach Academy. What a shame. Diavoli really was so close for a successful round. Now they are 2 rounds down. Round number 3, first round, last round of the default round rotation. Of course, afterwards they would be able to head back to their first objective. That would be Bar Cocktail, if they, of course, just afterwards in round number 4. And if Into the Breach actually also wins this round, they would be able to secure themselves a draw to the roll swap, and eventually go for second half, could eventually go for a positive roll swap then for half number 2. All right. Round number 3, again, we are going to see Fireplace, we are going to see Library, default setup for the attackers. They will, build up for the attackers, they will go into top floors. They want to clear out those players who are waiting at cocktails, waiting at white hallway, white stairs, also at freezer, etc., because like on the other side, you want to go for the vertical play. How are you going to do this? You're going to go over maybe a drop at those 2 hatches. You want to play over Skylight. And also, like we see here, you want to play over white stairs, but not without any protection. Rorik just able to push out, get the player at white window. And that means we are having the second opening frag in this game. Now, the third opening frag now going into the hand of Into the Breach Academy. Of course, overall opening frag stance is 2-1 into the Breach Academy 2, Diavoli 1. Yeah, Diavoli not making any progress here in the first half of the round. They had I would say they had a great idea with playing over white, but of course, again, without any protection at the white stairs, it's not going to be a good idea. Right now with the second kill, taking out Cassie, and that means, of course, Diavoli already 2 players down, and oh no! Devils not really looking, not giving the attention to the white stairs, and that means Into the Breach Academy able to capitalize from a big mistake and getting themselves even into a bigger man disadvantage, or man advantage in this case. It's going to be 5-2, just 2 more players. One of them is Hypex. Of course, Hypex, we saw him in the last round really performing well with that double kill. And actually, one of the only 2 kills Diavoli overall got in this game. He's got 2, Cassie got 1, and the others just weren't able to score anything yet. So really, Diavoli has to wake up now. Cypher with the kill against Horva. First kill for Diavoli now in round number 3, and Into the Breach Academy, they're still looking strong. They are looking steady. They just hold their ground, and Diavoli, they have to move, and they have to move right into the line of sight of those players from Into the Breach Academy, because the time is ticking down. It's going to be Raiden and Roderick with both with 1 kill, and Into the Breach Academy with the 3rd round in a row. Wow, they're oh shit. Sorry. Sometimes a few words in of the English language are heading out of my head. But yeah, Into the Breach Academy, they are looking dominant, they are looking confident, and they are just moving over Diavoli. And Diavoli, they are now finally acting a little bit better with that tactical timeout. They have to again talk about their mistakes, talk about what they did wrong, and just hope that they are able to find their faults from the first 2 rounds, and now capitalizing or just acting on them to maybe get a little bit better back at Into the Breach Academy. Timeout is ticking out. We are heading into round number 4. Into the Breach Academy 1 round away from securing themselves at least a 4-2 to the role swap. Of course, still able to go for the absolute dominant performance, maybe even going for the 6-0, who knows, but now it's going to be time for Diavoli to shine in it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
All right, round number 4, ladies and gents, we are heading back to our first side lab. And what we saw in round number 1, it's gonna be again bar a cocktail. From the setup itself, we do have many differences now on the side of Into the Breach. We're not gonna see we're not gonna see that many changes, but there's not gonna be a mirror anymore. There's still gonna be a castle. So what I think that they are, what I see that they are doing, they are gonna go with open up the walls into piano. They are gonna go with a pretty open line of sight. What could maybe heading towards a pretty aggressive hold like they did in round number 1 as well. But of course, again, without the vector, without the Spanish operator of mirror. All right. First bees of Grim are getting tossed into the building, and I think they're actually not gonna be able to spot the dog back at Pixel. Pretty sure that they know that there's a player, but I mean, without the Grim, they can't be sure overall. Wait a minute. Roderick waiting at red stairs. It's gonna be Devils with the opening frag taking out Raiden. But still, there's a player at red stairs, and it looks like that they haven't spotted him yet. Ooh, this could be crucial. If they want to drop down, if they want to go in to the building without seeing the player at red stairs, yeah, that's going to be an absolute free kill then for Into the Breach Academy. On the other hand, finally also first kill for well, speaking of the Devil, Into the Breach Academy with their first kill, taking out Hypix, and there it is, Roderick! getting the kill at Red Stairs. What an absolute free kill. They didn't drone properly. They just, yeah, I mean, yes, the drone did go in. They just didn't look properly in this case. That means, of course, Into the Breach Academy now again in the leading position with one operator over Diavoli, of course. They have 3 in the breach. Into the Breach, they still have 4. 40 seconds on the board. Diavoli, they have to go slowly but surely go for the push, but they always get denied by gadgets, by aggressive players, and now it's going to be a backstab from Hava, taking out Devils for the 4-2, but LZ now finally, at least with the refrag, getting themselves for a 3-2 situation. It's going to be Akari with a kill against Cypher, just one more player alive. LZ with the Type 89, trying to maybe go for a 1 against 3 clutch, but Rorik denies it all. SMG 11 in the end, and a beautiful headshot. Those 2 things together equalizes a round on the board of Into the Breach Academy 4-0. They are walking through flawless. 2 more rounds to go. To go in our second half, and Diavoli, they really have to score now. They really have to do something now, because if they aren't able to deny this absolute masterclass of player on the side of Into the Breach Academy, they won't be going far in our second half. Round number 5, we are heading back into Kitchen. This was actually our closest round so far in this game, where Diavoli nearly was able to plant down the diffuser, but eventually Into the Breach was able to come back from a 2-5 situation and retake the whole objective. What was really chaotic, but yeah, still Into the Breach was able to get this. Now, Diavoli, what are they going to do with their setup? What are they going to do to crush the momentum on the side of Into the Breach Academy? Some repicks on the side of Grim onto Buck, also Deimos onto Finka. We haven't seen Deimos yet. Finka, I think we did see her once. I mean, I get it. Her Nana boost, they are pretty strong. They are pretty useful if somebody is already heavily damaged after the first or second minute. You want to push up those HP bars to be a little bit better prepared for for the late game. But overall, it's still going to be, I think, not the best pick to go on the side of Diavoli. Still, opening frag for them. They will take now the second opening frag in a row. In this case, taking out the player on the side of Goyo. In this case, it's going to be Rorik. And that means not our top frag, but our second top frag. Second to the top frag will be shot down. Rorik, he already performed pretty well, but not going to be here in round number 5. All right. 1 minute and 20 already done. Now, finally, Diavoli going for the vertical play. So we are going to have the same picture like we did 3 rounds ago. Diavoli will go for this vertical play. They want to push out those players who are right now in the cooking area. So they could maybe go for a potential drop down at the freezer hedge. Of course, for this, they also have to push out or at least frag out the player at square. What actually is not going to be anyone. No, all of those 4 still remaining players on the side of Into the Breach Academy, they are outside of the objective and waiting to go for a retake when Diavoli eventually pushes it. That's really interesting. So they are just waiting for a move on the side of the attackers. They are just waiting for their prey. When they try to head into it and maybe just drop down into the line of sight of those defending players. Looks like that they are now moving into hedge. Blitz tries to push Hypex with the kill against Zodiac. LZ takes out Erkari, 2 players against 5. We are having the exact same picture like we did 3 rounds ago. Are they now actually able to close it off on the side of Diavoli, or is Into the Breach Academy going for another retake and another clutch, but now at top floor? Heavy damage on the side of the Legion players. Raiden take out Hypix as it takes out Raiden. They have to go now for a defuse. Can they deny it? No, they can't. It's gonna be Cypher with the exit frag, and finally Diavoli able to pick up a round here in round number 5, and that means our last round, now second half, is now the point where Diavoli could maybe come for a comeback. They got now could crush the momentum on the side of Into the Breach. At least now they could do it in our last round. Are they able to continue it, or is Into the Breach, or was our last round just a exception where Into the Breach was a let's the round flow go into Diavoli's hands? Who knows? For everybody here, it's a kind of little bit of difficult to cast from myself because again, my main language isn't English, and casting alone makes it even tougher. So of course, I hope you are having a little bit of understatement. I don't know, but yeah, I hope you. Well, right now my English words are actually flowing out of my head. Pretty good. Never mind. Round number 6, our last round in our first half. We are heading back into Fireplace Library, and again Into the Breach Academy. They will go for this second 2-floor hold. That means, of course, they not only gonna hold the objective and the surrounding rooms. No, they also want to hold the top floor that the attacking team isn't able to go for the vertical play, or isn't able to go in the first couple of minutes for this vertical play. All right, 2 minutes to go. Diavoli hasn't really picked up anything yet. They still go with their drones into the buildings. They still trying to maybe clear out some gadgets with the Rotero drone. On the other hand, it looks like that just at least one player on the side of Into the Breach is getting a little bit nervous because, again, Diavoli, they are taking their time. They really wait. I think Diavoli isn't really sure by themselves where they want to push through or when they want to push through. Looking now maybe at the side of Zodiac, he at least now coming a little bit closer to Piano, where Diavoli now finally able to enter. No, never mind. One minute and 10 to go. That means 2/3 of the round already gone, and Diavoli isn't anywhere yet. They haven't even started with the vertical play yet. They haven't even really started with the top floor clear yet. Where it looks like that Into the Breach is already falling back a little bit to wait. I'd say full 5-member lineup for the last second push, where Diavoli has to go eventually, because again, they haven't done anything yet. They didn't go for the vertical play. There is no time to go for the vertical play, so they have to go for a last second push. There's still a player left at top floor, or at least at Skylight. So not even every player has entered the building yet. So that's going to be an absolute bloody massacre in our last 20 seconds. And it looks like that the Mute is ready to go for it with the shotgun at the close range here at White Stairs. First injuries there. Devils with the kill against Raiden. Zodiac with the kill against Devil. It's going to be Cassidy with the kill against Zodiac with a double kill. Alkari out as well, leaving us with 2 more players on the side of Alkari. Howard with a kill, Cassidy with a kill, Howard with another kill. They tried to go for the diffuser, but it's going to be the player on the one. Maya with a pre-fire here and there. Can he go for it? He tries it. He can't really take it. Go it. With it through, and Cypher finished it off, and what a chaotic last 20 seconds, leaving us with another victorious round on the side of Diavoin. How could it change it? How could change? How could the lead change there? Into the Breach Academy. Really had the whole round in their hands. They were able to, yeah, let Diavoli out of the vertical playable area. I hope you know what I mean. It's still our last minute, and Diavoli just did go for this 20-second push. Try to take all brutality, take all your force, and just push it in that into that one doorway, and yeah, eventually it's just kind of worked out. That means, of course, into the Breach Academy on 4, Diavoli on 2, and we are heading now into our second half where Diavoli will be in defense and into the Breach Academy will be in attack. All right, round number 2. Round number 7. Our first half and our second half. That means our first round in our second half. That means, of course, into the Breach Academy now for the first time in attack. Diavoli for the first time in defense. And again, for all you ladies and gents out there, it's already our second time where those two teams are competing against each other, especially also on this map. Last time we saw them in Playday 4, and Into the Breach actually won that matchup 7-3. So we could go for a repeat. Rorik at least really wants to go for this repeat. Taking out our first player already in first 30 seconds. Going to be Devils out on the castle. What happened there? Castle normally not really an aggressive player for the first couple of seconds, but he's out there, or he's out. That means something really happened what shouldn't be happening. Now, grenades are flying in. Cassie taking a lot of damage there, only 7 HP left on his bar, and it. Oh my god! I just realized 3 players of Into the Breach are lined up at those this eastern wall, where another grenade gets tossed in, and oh, Cassie, he runs for his life. He just does everything to stay alive, and it looks like that it's gonna be an absolute struggle there. Now, on the other hand, into the Breach Academy, they are looking for a unusual way to enter into this building. At least 2 or 3 players are looking to enter at main lobby, and maybe go through library, and afterwards also through white stairs, where another 2 players are waiting at new and red hatch, where they do drop and really sandwiching the player on the at Cigar Shop nicely there. He had no idea on which one he should aim first, so yeah, he kind of got confused, and eventually they pushed together and, of course, took him out pretty safely. 50 seconds to go. Diavoli with 3 remaining players. Never mind, 2 remaining players. So they're taking out Cassie with the shorty, and that means, of course, the last 2 players, they again have to do the impossible. So they're taking out High Pick, so they're taking out his teammate as well. Cypher with the double kill on the other hand. That means leaving us with 3 players alive, 2 on the side of Into the Breach and 1 on the side of Diavoli. One of them will go for the plan. Cypher takes the triple kill, and he wants to go for the full clutch. He just has to go against one more player, and that one more player is on 100 HP, and also has the saw in the hand. Of course, saw, one of the biggest large machine guns in this game, with a lot of damage and also a pretty strong fire rate. Of course, playing against a Vector in the hands of Cypher, what is a pretty deadly combo as well. But you still have 13 seconds to go. 7 of them you need to defuse, and it looks like the time is ticking out. And yes, it did. Into the Breach Academy saves themselves the first round in our second half, and that means, of course, Into the Breach Academy moves up to 5 victorious rounds on their side, and only 2 rounds away from a potential victory here in Playday number 11. Round number 8, it looks like that's Diavoli. Even they lost the first round, they will go for a change. So we're not gonna see for the second time in a row a bar cocktail play. They also, like Into the Breach Academy, will go in our second round for a kitchen defense. Of course, the only difference here, Into the Breach won their first defense, not like Diavoli. From the setups or lineups, I won't go far into the attacking lineup, just for the defense now. At first, we're gonna see a clash. I mean, Clash is a pretty interesting operator, especially now in esports, because you don't really see her often. But that's just my opinion. Mostly just want to have something with more gunpowder, with more, yeah, I would say usefulness in the defense. I don't want to say that the Clash isn't useful. I mean, she got with her shield, she's able to get a little bit closer to the attacking forces. She's able to get a little bit more intel, maybe how many players there are out there, maybe even which players are out there. But yeah, we're not gonna really gonna talk about that, because Akari will take already 2 kills here in the beginning, taking out Devils, taking out both British operators with the price of 1, never mind of 2 as well. Alzet now with Echo taking out 2 players as well. That means Rorik and Akari on Dokkaebi and also on the Capitao are out as well, again, as the 2 British operator in the defense. In this case, going to be Smoke, played by Devils, and of course Hypix played Mute. All of those 4 just called operators aren't in the game anymore. Overall, last 6 operators are still on 100 HP. That means, of course, the usual rounds will continue. In this case, I will go for the vertical play. That could mean that the Clash player will be a little bit trapped back there at square, because if she wanna rotate maybe into the hallway or to his companion on the side of Alzet, she would move through the line of sight of the attacking players who are playing vertically. Now Echo. He is also trapped, of course, back at Bakery. Can't really move into the objective because there's a bug, and also because there's playing somebody vertically, and yeah, he gets punished there. Raiden with the kill against LZ. That means the crucial player on the Echo isn't alive anymore. The yokai drones can't be driven around anymore, and of course also the stims or stuns can't be used there. On the other hand, Raiden now with the kill against Kazi. Only 1 more player. It's going to be Goyo. He has to go for a retake. On the other hand, 2 players are, of course, holding the 1 player who is going for the defuse, and the diffuser got just down. Cypher taking a little bit of damage from the player from Red says, and he does not know where to aim at, because there's ground open up above him, and of course there's a stair in front of him, and he doesn't know where to aim at, and in the end, it ends deadly for him. Into the Breach Academy moves into match point, and Diavoli still 4 rounds behind their opponents. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what do you think? Will Into the Breach Academy finish this game 7-2, or will Diavoli come for an absolute massive comeback here in our first and only game of the day? Write it into our chat. And I have to be honest, Into the Breach Academy just looks too strong. Diavoli, they are looking confused. They are looking not really that they are chasing a plan. Oh. Wow, Cypher really great reaction time there to block his own contact nade, but that's a wasted nade. That's not really something you want to play with. But yeah. Oh, and what I want to say, Diavoli, they just kind of look that they have no plan, that they are just trying to play, and when they want to go for a plan, it's already too late, because most of their players are already dead, or it just kind of looks clueless for them. That's just what I want to say. But from the setup, actually, Diavoli will go with something similar like Diavoli. I mean, like Interbreach did in their defense. They are going to go with the castle setup, shutting down Freezer with any access to the side itself. But they are going to go with two mirror windows facing towards hallway and of course cocktail, and one of them facing towards piano. That's really interesting as well. Also into the Breach Academy, like they did at the last attack onto Bar Cocktail, they will go for a heavily over a heavily east build-up. That means, of course, that they try to go maybe again over the door into library and then push up white stairs, and also for this play at white stair at those windows at Bar Cocktail as well. Now, opening frag is there. Zodiac will be shot down. That means Diavoli with the first lead here in round number 9. Yeah, I mean, you were able to take out Deimos. Deimos, of course, is pretty annoying if you are on a roam or if you're just one or two players out there. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's again the game against the player at Cocktail, trying to force him out of any nades with, I think also with some fire arrows, with some, with even more nades. I mean, look at the setup. You did have 6. Wait, no. You did have 8 grenades in your pockets just to play against the Aruni in Bar Cocktail. That's huge. I mean, that's pretty interesting to see there. Anyways, Aruni will survive, at least for now. On the other hand, into the Breach Academy, looks like that they will go for a different build-up. They do have now the Capitao forcing Pixel entrance, or at least the White Stairs entrance, with his saw in hand, of course, fighting just against the player who is back there. And Raiden actually is able to get the kill. Hypix a little bit too aggressive there, a little bit too open there, and he eventually gets fragged out. Devils, on the other hand, takes out Raiden. Harbor with the refrag against LZ. Cassie with the kill against Harbor, leaving us with a 2-3 situation. One player alive on the side of Into the Breach Academy. And he will not remain long anymore. No, it's going to be the Vector of the Goyo dragging him out and pushing us even into another round. Diavoli still surviving Into the Breach Academy in another match point situation.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
All right. Round number 10, and we are actually not going back for another kitchen dining defense. Yeah, Diavoli again, they won their first defense. I mean, they lost their first defense at top floor at Bar Cocktail. Then they did go to kitchen. This didn't worked out as well. Then they headed back onto top floor, where they actually won now our last round. Not really dominant. It wasn't dominant. It wasn't close. It was just something in between. And now, of course, round number 4, they will, or in this case, going to be round number 10, where they will head into the first one of those objectives they didn't play yet. They are going to go for Fireplace Library. And of course, like I said before, I will say again, you have to take top floor. You want to go for vertical. You want to push out those players playing at top floor, because if you, yes, there is the possibility to just push through maybe a trains or maybe through red stairs going into the fireplace objective, but there's like you saw it now on the cam of Castle, there's an open up wall where you can hold it from white stairs. I think you can't really hold it from top floor, so that would be a pro on the side of the attackers. But yeah, you don't really want to do this. You really want to go for this normal clear. You want to again, take top floor, you want to go for vertical, cut off the rotation possibilities on the side of Diavoli, and then eventually go for the push at the objective itself, and eventually maybe go for a plant or just for the clean sweep execute, and yeah, taking all out of them as well. On the other hand, Diavoli, you want to waste a lot of time at top floor. Again, you want to deny any possibilities for any possible. Forgot what I want to say, but yeah, we do have a opening frag. It's going to be a Akari out, no more Nomad, and yeah, strong start here for the side of Diavoli. On the other hand, Into the Breach Academy as well, getting the first kill for them in this round. It's going to be LZ pushed out. Fenrir not alive anymore with his MP7 would be a nice player to have for our last third of the round, but he's not going to be able to do anything anymore. Now, next gunfight, Rorik takes out high picks for free. Into the Breach Academy moves toward, but Horvath with a kill against Cypher. On the other hand, Cassie with a double kill, and he halts this top floor, but he only has 5 HP left on his bar. But it's gonna be Roderick with the last kill here throughout the whole top floor, and that means Into the Breach Academy secures themselves 3 points in our 11th playday with a beautiful 7-3 victory on Cafe Dostoyevsky. Wow, what a game! Overall, I don't really have to say much about this game. It really was Into the Breach Academy's absolute dominance performance. They didn't really let any room to breathe on the side of Diavoli. They mostly always had them under control, controlled their movement, controlled their entrances, etc., etc. Of course, there were a small, not many, but there were a couple of rounds where Diavoli actually was able to cut them off, actually were able to deny them and get the scores onto their points. But in the end, Into the Breach Academy clearly was the stronger team. And that means, of course, we are already done for our playday. I'm not going to make it too long anymore because there are still 2 matches what have to be played in playday number 11. Just for you to know, this would be Besiktas Esports against Lenovo Legions Honved, and of course NXT Bon Voyage, NXT against Bon Voyage. But those 2 matches will not be played today. At least that's my information. Is there any more information from production? All right, there's no more information. That means, of course, that was our first and only match of today. So yeah, again, I'm really sorry. Maybe it was a little bit hard to watch because of my solo cast. Again, English not my main language. I still try to give you the best stream what I could offer you possible with my language. But yes, I still hope you enjoyed the evening. I still hope you enjoyed the match. That's it for the Voltage League, at least for today. We're going to be back at Wednesday with another absolute amazing play day here at the Voltage League. But till then, going to see us. Bye-bye.